Okay, so I don't usually do this kind of video to like shit on anything or anything, but the FNAF movies might be in trouble. So apparently today there was a panel in the New York Comic Con where Jason Blum and Emma Tammy and some other people were talking about the FNAF 2 movie and how well production was going and stuff like that. Uh, and then they decided to show us some people that would be in the FNAF 2 movie. We learned that Kellen Goff was going to be Toy Freddy, which is absolutely amazing. He's like perfect. He's been Freddy, 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 Freddy. So it makes sense that, he would get the role. And then we got Matt Pat as Bonnie. So that's going to be an interesting one. I'm really interested to see how that comes out. And then, third and foremost, our voice actor for Toy Chica is freaking Michaela from Transformers. Megan Fox. She was like everyone's dream girl back in the early 2000s. Now, you see, this is where I think some of the issue lies. I think it lies so much on budgeting. I know that Blumhouse is especially good with making low-budget horror films, because I know they've done Halloween and they've done Megan, and they did all right with the first FNAF movie, but it just didn't really get bloody, or it wasn't even really that scary, but it was really cool. So now I'm sure for the FNAF 2 movie, the budget has raised a little bit. But this is what gets me, and I'm kind of seeing it happen with the Fast and Furious franchise now. You're paying all these big actors. You've got, okay, on Google it doesn't tell me everything, but you've got Skeet Ulrich, which is actually, and it's funny because it actually says he's playing Henry Emily. But he's from the Scream franchise, so he's a very well-known actor. You've got McKenna Grace, which is a very well-known actor. You've got Josh Hutcherson, which is a very big actor. You've got Matthew Lillard, who is like big actor. And then you have Megan Fox, which is big actor. And the reason I compare it with the Fast and Furious franchise is because I know for the last Fast and Furious movie, they want to bring in a bunch of the old characters like Suki, Carter Verone, and stuff like that, as well as bringing back Paul Walker. But if you do all that, then what budget are you going to have for the movie? And that's kind of what I fear with the FNAF 2 movie. I think they're just kind of getting too handsy about who they choose to play in it, because you're gonna have all these actors who want a ton of money. So you give them that money, and what you have left for, everything else. Money for filming locations, animatronics, building entire sets, reproduction, post-production, places the actors stay. And I really feel like the list does go on, but maybe I just have very extra high expectations for this movie, considering, and I know this was the same for Dawko, but the first FNAF game I played was FNAF 2. So FNAF 2 just kind of started the journey for me. And you've got all these actors who are just sucking everything. And then what budget is there going to be? I don't know. Maybe Blumhouse is just being really smart, and maybe they'll surprise us. And maybe they'll surprise us once it comes out of theaters and it turns out being better than the FNAF 1 movie. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm excited to see what all these people bring to the FNAF franchise, but at the same time, money's kind of everything. I don't know, I could just be paranoid about it, I don't know. Definitely leave a comment below, just kind of expressing what you kind of expect out of the FNAF 2 movie, what you hope to see, and stuff like that. Also be sure, if you'd like, to like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. I will see you later. Peace.